Welcome to SKML Chess Academy YouTube channel. In the last video, we have seen how to checkmate with two queens and two rooks. But here in this lesson, we will explore one more idea, the box idea, where gradually with your lone queen or lone rook, you take away the squares from the black king and will checkmate. We will deliver the checkmate. Let us see the example shown here. Here in this example, black king is already trapped at the edge of the board. It can only move on the along the A file. So now what if white to play, what you should play first, you take away some more squares from the black king. So let us move queen to b4. So after moving here, so you have taken away the bunch of the squares. So now you see all these squares are not available for the here. This box is controlled by our, so it cannot enter into this. Now king has to move a7. Again you extend your box. You move to queen b5. So you are controlling all the squares here. So here it is like this. Okay. You are controlling the up to 5th rank and you are controlling the up to b file. Only a file is available for the black king. Now you have taken away one more square from the black king. So black king has to go to only square available a8. Now here don't do anything. Don't move queen. I want to say don't move your queen here. Then bring your white king to deliver a checkmate. So keep on moving here. So you bring your king to the support of your queen because you lone queen you cannot checkmate. Now here with the help of the king you checkmate. So this box method is, although it's not quickest, but it is easiest method to learn and expert in this. Okay, without but you have to be very careful when you are having a lone king or lone against lone king. If you have a queen or rook, you have to be careful not to make stalemate. Stalemate is stalemate is a condition. See here, I will explain what is the stalemate. Here you control here, it goes here. You are controlling one more square. Here, if you play queen instead of king, it will be stalemate. The definition of stalemate is king is not in check and king has no legal moves. Now here, black king is not in check, but it also does not have any legal moves. So the position is called stalemate and the point will be split for the both sides. Instead of gaining 1 point, here white has to settle with half a point. So one more time, stalemate is whenever the king is not in check and king has no legal moves, it is known as a stalemate. Checkmate is king is in check and king has no legal moves. Checkmate. All these definitions I will cover in the next video with a slides. With a PPT slides, I will cover some of the important ideas. What are the things which you have to remember in this from the last two examples. Okay. Now let us move to next game. Now here in this position, the black king is on c5 and white king is on e4 and white queen is on g6. How to take away squares? Just move along this. You have to see how can I control more squares. Move along here and put it in the g6. You see this king here on c5 can move to have 8 squares under control, but this square it except d4 square controlled by the white king. But the moving by moving from g6 to e6, it has taken control. This queen has taken control of 5 squares more. So already now black king can move only 3 squares. Then when king goes to b4, slowly you take control. You can come up to here. We are, what is our idea? We are driving the black king to the edge of the board. So it cannot come on top. So if it tries to come here, then we will control with the king. If he comes here, it is a mistake, we can say. Why? Because now next step is it has to go to the, it cannot come here, it cannot come here, it cannot come here. So he has to move to here. Here we have to be careful. If you move your king, now there will be a stalemate because the king is not in check and your and king is not in check and king has no legal moves. So what should we do now? So first, always whenever this situation arises, always move away your queen. Okay, let us move your queen to c1 and say check. So he has to move to queen 2. Again, you have to be careful. You see, again you have to check. Always before moving your queen, you have to check this. So here, what we should do now is move your queen away from the king. So you have to give. Now, if he tries to come to b1, now you control with the king. Don't allow the king to come to. It cannot come anyway to c1, but we are also moving the king in to support the queen. So now, if he comes here, now let us take away one more. You see, you have to use both your queen and king to take away squares from the enemy king. So when he moves here, it is very easy. You just slide your queen to a5, then deliver the checkmate. So there are so many ways. Let us see from first. Here you can see another way is king b4, it goes to king d4, king b5, queen c4 check. So you're taking away these 4 squares. Then king go to b6, then queen c5, one by one. Rank we are taking away. Then king goes to king b7, king c4, king a6, because he cannot deliver a check with the queen on the c6. So we started taking the moving the king to for the help of the white queen. King a6, queen b4, king a7, queen b5, king a8, king c5. You see, all these moves I am going rushing fast because it is nothing to explain except to taking control of the squares. So king c6. Now king has to move 8. Then queen b7 checkmate. All these patterns you try to remember so that to deliver a checkmate, what are all the positions you. Now let us see how to deliver a checkmate. Now Let us see how to deliver a checkmate with your king and queen. One more example. Here, our aim is simply to take control as many squares as. So when you move your queen here, you move away like this, then you have taken control of all this box and here. So king has to go to c6. Whenever it moves, then you move forward and taken more control. This box of squares, you are already under control. Now king d7. Now here you have to move queen f6. You see, whenever you have to take either the cut off the files or ranks to deliver a checkmate, as in the last example. Once you cut off all the seven squares or seven files, then you bring your king. Now king c8. Now queen e7. King b8. Now queen d7. Because you are taking away one of. Now, as we said, now king can have this black king can go to only move into a8 and b8. Now it is the time to bring our king. So king g8, king g2. This black king can move only to b8 to a8. Then slowly, our king approaches to the black king to deliver the final checkmate. Now queen b7 checkmate. Now let us see if you have a lone rook. You have to be careful whenever you have a rook because rook you should make sure that rook cannot be captured. Then you will win the game. With the same thought process, now you cut off. Now you try to control this. If you put you on the G3, now you are controlling the G file. At the same time, we are controlling the third rank also. If we tries to attack this, you move your king to near to the rook. So now king has to move. Now king f5. Now you start moving your king. King f3. If we go to king f5, then you slowly take away. Let it come, no problem. When it comes here, then slowly. Now your our rook is occupied the f5. Now where can he go? He cannot move on top. So if he moves, then you take control with the king. Now if he comes here, then there is always whenever there is kings are both are opposed, simply put your rook here. Now first you put rook here because we want to control. Now see half of the board he cannot approach. So he has to move down. Now whenever he cannot, now it is the time to uh, it is time to cut. Now, whenever you come like this, I will show you. I have purposely moved this so here so that you can see it. You will try to attack this. Then what you have to do is just simply move along this file only. Don't move away anywhere. So our main aim is not to allow this king to go on top. So it cannot go to C from the third rank to fourth rank. It cannot go. It cannot enter from C file to D file. So in between, you have to waste a move to control to safeguard the your rook. So now, if it tries to move here, then first move your rook. So you take more control. Then it has to come here. Now you cannot move the rook to d2 to control more squares since it can attack. So now what we have to do is you Move this. Again it will move. No problem. Again move your king. Now whenever the king, now king has reached the edge of the board. Now you simply put your rook here, so it can only move to b file. Then take control of the, so that it cannot enter the c file. Now it cannot enter the second rank, so it has to go to here. Now here, be careful. Now if you move king to c1, there is a stalemate. As we know that king is not in the check and king has no legal moves. So here you have to be careful. Whenever you approach like this, just simply move your rook here. So we are giving some room for the enemy king to come. So it will come to b1. Let's move to d2. Go here. Then you move this king to c3. You see, the king will be trapped in a box here. We will deliver a checkmate in the box. Now you move here. Now there is only one square. Now here you see. This is the box which we deliver the checkmate. So in the we have seen how to deliver checkmate with queen and lone rook and lone queen. Now in the next video we will be seeing some examples, or some I will give some exercises where whether you understand this idea or not. Only to check your idea is clear or not, then we will move ahead. So also we will discuss in the next video what is the difference between stalemate and checkmate. But as of now, please remember, stalemate is your king is not in check and king has no legal moves. Checkmate is king is in check and king has no legal moves. That's all in this video. Thank you very much for all the subscribers and viewers of this video. We'll see you in the next video with